So in today's video I decided to film a what's on my iPhone 13 Pro Max. I recently just got this phone. You guys seem to really love watching these types of videos, so I figured I would do another one this year. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys everything that I have on my phone, and this is what it looks like. I'm definitely not keeping it case free, but I just ordered a case on Casetify. I'll put up a picture of what it looks like so you guys can see, and that should be coming hopefully next week or the week after, so it will not be caseless, and it not having a case is very scary. But yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I'll go through what I have on my phone. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so this is my screensaver right now. If you guys are a Taylor Swift fan, you guys may have already known this reference. So it's "We could call it even, you could call me babe for the weekend, 'tis the damn season," from her song "'Tis the Damn Season. And I like changing my screensavers for like to go with the different season that we're in. I just like love embracing seasons. So right now we're in the winter, so I wanted to have a winter background. So yeah, when I open my phone, this is what my home screen looks like. So this background I just found on Pinterest, and I ended up color coordinating all of my screens just because I could not figure out how. I originally wanted to like have the widgets for like all the apps, but it just got too annoying and frustrating and took way too long. So I ended up ditching that idea and just putting some widget smiths that kind of go with the same aesthetic. I really like the beige and cream vibe. So yeah, I got the widgets and that's what it has there. Normally I do have reminders on here, but I don't have any reminders right now because I am on winter break right now. So yeah, don't have any pressing things to do right now. But this is what my screen looks like. So at the top I have TikTok, the clock, settings, and my calculator. And if you guys want to follow me on TikTok, this is my homepage. I haven't posted in a while, but I have some quick digestible college content that may be helpful. And then on the bottom four corners I have Unfold, which I haven't used in a while, but this is just an app for creating nice backgrounds or borders for Instagram stories. So I used to use this a lot actually, but I haven't used it in a while. I feel like since then Instagram itself has created a lot of different features where you can have really nice backgrounds and don't need it. So yeah, don't use that much. And then calendar is like my best friend. I have so many things in my calendar. If it's like not written down in my calendar or my planner, then it's like not in my mind and I will forget. So I have everything in my calendar, like even when I'm gonna meet up with friends, because if not, I will forget. And then I just have Unum, which was my planning app, which I think I'm gonna delete because I used to use this for like Instagram feed planning, and then just something with the app is just not easy to use anymore, and I think I'm just gonna delete that soon. But I did used to use that a lot just because I like to visually see how my feed looks. And I do have like a teacher Instagram. It's at amandamonroee if you guys want to follow it. So I like using that to plan out how my feed will look. And then Uber Eats, which I do use. And then I do have on the bottom for apps that doesn't go with the color coordination, but I do have like just the solid four that I use often. So like my phone, which is just actually something quick. My mail, which I feel like I'm checking my email constantly, and then Safari, and then camera. But if we move on to the next slide, this is like the blues and greens and yellows. And over here I have my messages, PixArt, which I use for like thumbnails a lot. If I want to like add something to my thumbnail, I like to go in there. Venmo, of course, GroupMe, which I used to use GroupMe a lot when I was in undergrad and in my sorority. Like that was an app that frequently got used, but now that I'm like post-grad and in grad school, I don't really use GroupMe that often. So yeah, but it was something that I used a lot. And then FaceTime, Facebook. I'm actually someone who uses Facebook a lot. I don't go on it often, but I do post like my photos on there and categorize them in albums. So like every year I have like my albums, and it's just visible to people I know and my friends, but it's just like an easy spot for me to like grab photos because I don't like having all my photos in my camera roll, even though I'm like at 7,000 photos right now. I like it to be easily accessible for each year. So I'm like, oh yeah, I remember in 8th grade, and then like in my 8th grade album, I could easily access it. So I love Facebook for that reason, to just organize all my photos. So that's why I use Facebook. And then App Store, Spotify. If you guys want to follow my Spotify, it is at amandamonroee 99, I believe. Obviously, I like it. I just created my holiday favorite. So right now I was listening to Glittery by Casey Musgraves. I love that song. So during the holiday season. And then right now I've been listening to my Tis the Damn Season Taylor Swift album. So I created like a seasonal Taylor Swift playlist. So I have Tis the Damn Season for winter. I have Autumn Leaves Falling Down like Pieces into Place. So songs I want to listen to in autumn, which is like the whole Red album pretty much, and a couple other favorites. And then here's some other playlists I created. And then where's my other ones? I have like Taylor Swift songs to cry to. Howdy It's Summer. I love this playlist because I used to love country music and only listen to it in the summertime. And Howdy It's Summer is just like all country songs that like are not slow. So they're more like you can dance to, just sing along to, pretty fun. And yeah, It's a Cruel Summer with You is my summer Taylor Swift No Skips. And then I do have a spring one because spring and summer blend for me. So that, yeah, I have 3 distinct seasons though. Anyway, enough with my playlist. Then I have Facetune 2, which I really love for whitening backgrounds. I have both Facetune and Facetune 2, and I don't like the normal Facetune as much. Facetune 2 is actually more of my favorite app because it's just super easy. I love it for thumbnails because it's just super easy to blur backgrounds of photos and whiten backgrounds. And then I really like the brightness and light feature in Facetune 2. So it's mainly gets used for my thumbnails. And then weather app, with my new phone, I hadn't updated it to the new iOS. So finally being able to see how the new weather app looks, it's pretty cool. And then Twitter, like I said, Facetune, Maps, same thing with that. Maps is cool. I was about to click on it, but again, it shows my location. I'm like, yeah, that's probably not smart. Okay, Lightroom I love. So if you guys want to know like what apps I use for editing, Lightroom is like my favorite app for editing photos. So this is what I use like for Instagram, for my teacher Instagram, even for my thumbnails. Lightroom is by far my favorite editing tool. You can create your own presets or buy presets. I just created my own preset a few years ago and then just like use it for all my photos. So I'll start off with it, and most of the time I do need to adjust it. It's super rare if it's like already good to go, but like 95% of the time I'll need to adjust it, but it just gives me a good starting point. So I love that about Lightroom, and like creating your own presets free. So yeah, I love that feature. Notes, oh my gosh, another best friend. I love Notes. I have so many things in here, like so many ideas, so many like lists of books I want to read, things like that. I write obviously my grocery list in here. So many things, favorite Taylor Swift lyrics. I love the Notes app, it's great. And then Dispo. Dispo is, I believe, David Dobrik's like disposable picture app, which I love. It's so good. I need to log into it because like I said, I got a new phone. So I'll do this later, but I love Dispo. It's so great, so nice when I remember to take it, because most of the time I forget. I will take my photos on there of my friends and with friends, and the next morning when you wake up at 9 a.m., it's always at 9 or 8 actually. I think it's 9. You can see the photos you took the night before, and it's like disposable, and it's just so cool, and you can like live in the moment. So I like having a blend of like normal photos and disposables for the next day, because you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot we took those, and it's so cute. So I love that app. Shop app, so this is just like the Shop Pay app that I use. Sometimes if I buy something online, like the Shop Pay app will help me track it, you know, the package and stuff. And then Bravo, I'm like, love Real Housewives. I've been watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City right now, and I'm so obsessed with it. So good. So I watched that, and Real Housewives of Orange County. And what else do I watch? Oh, Vanderpump Rules. So I always have the Bravo app because I have to watch it live and stuff, or the next few days, so I have that. And then Snapchat, which I don't use as much as I used to, but I still use it. And then Tap Ride, which is my school's like app for getting a ride from school to your home, or like within a certain radius, which I use every time I'm at class because my classes are later on in the day and I don't like walking home at night, so I'll use that service. And then going on to the final page, this is my last page, and I have my photos. I need to go in and delete them because I'm like at like 6,000 photos and 1,000 videos, and I'm like, that's way too much. I need to clean that out. Yeah, so, and then I have my Wells Fargo bank app, Fonto I always use for thumbnails, so it's how I create my text on my thumbnails. It's just super easy to use, so I love that. And then I have my Discover app, so that's my credit card, Poshmark. If you hear a little barking, it's my dog. Probably it's the mail or someone. But Pinterest, which I love for like nail design. So these are like my Christmas nails I got like 3 weeks ago, so they're not looking that fresh right now. But that's how I find like all of my nail designs. Of course, YouTube, I have YouTube Studio, so if you're a creator, like it's a perfect app for looking at your like analytics, your revenue, like anything creator manager, video manager stuff. It's a really great app for that. And then Clue, which is like my period tracker app, DoorDash, Target. I've been doing like a lot of like Target pickup if I'm like in a hurry, so that's like really useful. This is like starting to, it's not straight anymore. Hopefully that's better. Of course, Instagram. So this is what my Instagram looks like if you guys want to follow me on there. Podcast. So podcast is one of my favorite apps on my phone. I listen to podcasts constantly. Right now I was listening to Dating Horror Stories on What We Said podcast. Like anytime someone asks me to recommend them a podcast, this is always a podcast I recommend. Love Chelsea and JC, they're awesome, so love that. All right, my camera died, so hopefully we're back in business. My makeshift tripod is so lopsided, so hopefully looks good. But anyway, yeah, this is like by far my favorite podcast alongside the Morning Toast. The Morning Toast probably is tied with What We Said, or a close second. But these are my favorite podcasts. Yeah, those are the podcasts I listen to daily. I'm always listening to podcasts or watching YouTube videos or watching reality TV when I'm not doing schoolwork. Then I have Yelp, which I downloaded because so many times if I'm looking for places to go and I click on like the photo feature on when I Google it, it always sends me to the app store because you have to open it or see more reviews through the app. So I ended up just downloading it because I found it really annoying. Then I have Avia, which is my birth control app, which just tracks making sure I take it every day and sends me reminders. I actually really like it. So this is what it looks like. It asks like your mood every day. And then you can set up your pill pack, which mine was definitely on there, so I don't know why it kicked mine out. Anyway, but do really like that app. And then Grubhub, I have like all the Uber Eats, DoorDash, or Grubhub because sometimes some restaurants are only on certain apps or some are cheaper, so I have like all of them. And then Lyft, which I do take more frequently than Uber. Feed Preview, which you know how I mentioned about Unum, I did end up finding Feed Preview and it's so much easier and quicker to use, so I'm gonna just end up deleting Unum because I really like Feed Preview. And then ABC, this is how I watch Dancing with the Stars or Bachelor, that's on there. And then Roku, which is like the, you know, I have my remote on there. And then that's like the main 3 pages of apps that I have, because I do have some other apps that I have but not on my but not on the home screen. Like I have Crumble, my Southwest. I'm not gonna go through all of them because I feel like I have so many. Mint app, which is like a great money tracker. Paramount Plus, which I use often. Starbucks, Uber. So yeah, those are like the other apps I have. So if I need to go into them, I do have them, but I just don't have them on my home screen. So I like it to be kind of minimal, even though it's not really. But at first I used to have like all my main apps that I would use on one page, but I ended up getting used to it once I used it frequently. But yeah, those are all of the apps I use and what's currently on my iPhone. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like I said, I would never think that you guys like these videos, but time and time again, every time I put them out, you guys really enjoy them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys.